6, 7,
8, 9,
go.
10.
Hi,
Hey, everyone. I'm Cole.
I'm Nick. Our names aren't on the thing.
Oh, yeah. You guys notice anything different?
I like this background. It's very bright. It matches my shirt, too. That wasn't planned. I knew Todd sent thumbnails and stuff before, so I knew it was changing to something like this, but I didn't plan this wardrobe around it. It just,
He actually
just worked out.
We were talking, and he was like, I need to go change my shirt.
Oh, yeah, I got to go change.
That didn't actually happen.
You should have wore a purple shirt.
I should have, but...
If you have one, we could wait.
I do.
We could wait.
It'll take too long.
Okay.
So how are you doing?
Good. I'm tired from lack of sleep last night and reading a lot of comics today and this week in general. Between my Descender binge, a huge pull week, and reading other stuff with my fancy new iPad because now I can't put it down and it's just like Marvel, DC, hoopla. So I'm definitely feeling like I'm going to burn out. I don't know if it's going to be the end of this week or the end of next week. I just hope that I can get through Sweet Tooth before I burn out because I think I might start that tomorrow.
Yeah, it's on Hoopla. It's worth.
Yeah, I've already downloaded the first 3 trades because
I think there's only 3, right? Because they're the
no, there's 6.
Oh, there are. I forgot because I have the one big hardcover.
Yeah, if I love it, then I'll probably buy the compendium.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm going to try to get the floppies because with the show, number 1 is already like
it's been
getting
like
stupid prices.
Crazy prices.
Yeah. So, we got people. Hi, Flash Ray.
We forgot to do
and Sam, Steve.
Yeah, guys,
hey
welcome
guys.
to This Week in Comics.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's do the whole show like this.
Can't even see our face, but you don't need to.
Nah. Did you get I've been showing this off every time. I already showed it to you before.
That. I didn't even forget. I was like, oh, maybe if they have that by the time I get there. Oh, also it's Whiskey Wednesday. We've got some Mitchters.
I don't have any whiskey. Well, I do, but it's upstairs.
Yeah, you would have sent that. I thought about getting it.
Mine was the last one off the shelf.
Okay.
I didn't know if you had asked one or not. But that guy was back that likes to poach all the good stuff. Also, and I saw it. I was like, boom.
How many issues of Something Is Killing the Children?
What?
Did he get?
How many what?
You see how many issues of Something Is Killing the Children he got?
There's
I just am wondering because normally there's like 5 or 6 extras. And I got there at like noon and there were 0 copies of it.
I don't think there was a whole lot. Did you not get one?
No, I did.
Oh.
I just figured it was like, it's the origin story. I might grab another one just because.
I know a lot of people don't pull that at our shop.
Yeah. But I know that like with Boom, getting extra copies of stuff. And I figured that's like one of those books where it's starting to heat up. So they like know it.
You would think.
Oh, I forgot to say, Todd he said some bad allergies and
he's switching his meds up tomorrow and hopes to be a lot better off.
Mostly
it's kicking his ass.
It's between Whack Comics and D&D from him over asserting himself.
Yeah.
So mostly it's your fault. So Nick will not dance for you.
That's why it's Whack's fault.
Also, if you want to know what this is about, if you look down below, you can find a link to our Discord. Poser tried to do something that you're technically not supposed to do. Oh yeah, I use this. It is Scotch Blue. Tape.
Yeah.
I try and go with the name brand of either Scotch or 3M. It usually does
3M.
Better than all the other ones.
I get 3M, and it's nice because it just peels off really easy, but it's still sticky enough to hold.
And if you accidentally touch your, I go aggressive compared to Nick.
Yeah, yours are crazy, man. I try to get just this little bit, get the roll to go as long as possible, but yeah, yours has a lot. But your probably doesn't like dog ear as bad as mine do.
No, and that's why I do it because occasionally you get a dog ear here and there, And it's just
I go with these, and then because my shop or our shop does this regular type bag. I don't have one that's not. Yeah, just the regular poly bag with the flap. But I buy the self-adhesive ones. So if I rebag and board a series, then it goes into that one because I prefer those. So I would even consider paying like extra if they would bag and board it in those for me. But you are very frozen to me, my friend. Did I lose you or did you lose me? Uh-oh. Now I have to pull it up.
Oh, did I lose? Did Nick leave? Am I the only one here now?
Did that work?
Yeah. Did you leave also?
I refreshed. I didn't know if I didn't because I didn't see any comments coming in either.
Oh,
But I was talking, and then after a while, I noticed that you weren't responding, and you just froze again on me. But, anyways, let's talk about a comic book. Although you mentioned Something's Killing the Children, I grabbed this variant.
Yeah, I got the standard cover
because when there's been regular variants, I've been getting the just like if it's just a B cover that it's not an incentive or anything. So my whole run of this is a mix of variants and A covers when they did incentives and stuff, but it's fine. It is what it is. I thought that was a cool one. I forget who did it.
I think that's Jenny Frisian.
No, that's who I thought it was, but then they said it was it was somebody else. And I don't think... Oh, no, it does say Frisian on the back, so it is. I was right. So I have some of the other ones from Jenny, so that's cool to add to that.
That was a very solid issue. It's the origin story of the plotter.
Yeah, James Tynan. Tynan and is it Werther?
Delario.
Yep.
I don't know. Deladera, and I definitely in the short that I did on this pronounced his name wrong, but whatever. Yeah, okay. I think what happened was I actually had for the Cole is frozen and doing my Iceman impression. I think my internet cut because I had like 5 times where I couldn't resolve a ping, but then it like came back. So I don't know what happened. I blame the neighbors for fracking.
It wasn't super high on my list of books, but it was. I think it was just kind of like set us up for this origin story, right? Like there wasn't any major stuff, I guess, that happened. So I don't know if it'll. I mean, I'm sure I'll still pull it because I really like it. And Cole's frozen again. So I'm going to wait a second to see if Cole comes back. Poser, do you want to come on and talk about This Week in Comics? Because Cole apparently is not having good internet stuff. Am I still on? Can people still see me? Or are we both frozen? I'm going to wait. Otherwise, I'll just quick talk about my books and we'll call it a... Hey, there he is.
There I am. I don't know. There must be something going on. Yeah, I could sort of hear you.
Okay. I just don't know if I'm still going or if it's just you.
You're always going to be good. It's me. It's me at this point.
Okay.
So, but yeah, I really liked it. I know you said it was kind of lower on your list, but I liked it. I liked kind of seeing that side. You're getting a little bit of backstory to some other people.
Yeah, it was lower on my list, but not because I didn't like it. It was just a long list this week.
Yep. All right. So, I'm going to probably pick a book that let's just get this one out of the way.
Oh yeah, I got
Last
that one
Ronin,
too.
Number 3. Did you read it already?
I did.
What were your thoughts?
My thoughts were, when was the last time I read Last Ronin? Because I don't remember what is going on at all in this book. I liked it, and I think there was enough context to kind of get me back to it, but I definitely need to go back. And I know I reread number 1 not too long ago. It's a couple weeks ago because I got the director's cut version, and I reread that, but I did not reread 2. So I kind of forget what was going on. This is? Oh, yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I liked it. I thought it was a solid issue. I know that I was talking to Trevor about it, and he was saying, just because Trevor made a very weird, random thing, like, what if it's like, pretty much, what if it's not who it is, and it's actually this turtle? And like the last line on the final page, they're like, oh, what do you think that turtle would think? So like, and they're like, yeah, he would agree. So it's like straight up, it couldn't be the prediction that he wanted to be.
Oh, okay. I'm just gonna.
Because he was like, what if it isn't? And they're just making it seem like it's, I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
Like we can probably say who the Last Ronin is, but at this point, like,
well, April says this turtle would approve, don't you think?
Yeah. And then the Last Ronin agreed, where Trevor was like, what if they're doing a Yankee swap? And really,
I mean, I had that thought, but it was like, no, I like Last Ronin a lot. I like the story a lot. I was kind of hoping that we weren't going to find out who the Last Ronin was in issue 1. I was kind of hoping it was going to be either at the end of 2 or in the middle of 3.
And who knows? There still could be that where,
maybe
4 issue 5. I don't even know how many issues it's going to be. They say like, LOL, all along this was Jenica.
You could tell. Yeah, that'd be funny. Yeah, no, I like it.
Yeah,
I think it'll be really good altogether. It's just, it feels like it's been a while since we've had one.
Yeah, which is true. I mean, that's just going to be this book. I mean, I even know when I asked our shop about it last week, or somebody was like, Last Ronin comes out next week. They were like, maybe.
That's just been that book in general. Speaking of books that we have not had recently, Strange Adventures, number 10 of 12,
and that's it,
from Tom King, Mitch Gerards, and Evan Shaner. This was backed up, and we're only getting one of these every other month, which is brutal to keep up with for me in my head, because so much time has gone by. But I did reread through the series not too long ago, so this one was pretty cool.
This is super solid. I loved it.
Yeah. I almost didn't get my B cover. I've been doing all Doc covers, and I'm going through my stack, and I'm like, man, they don't have a Strange Adventures, and they had one A cover on the shelf, so I grabbed that real quick, going, I gotta have something. And then they said there was somebody that pulls both covers that they can still order one, so they won't mind if they're like, we'll give you the one and order another one. There, you got both. It wasn't you.
Yeah,
I did joke with them. I'm like, Cole gets both. Just give me one of his and tell him it didn't come through. And they were like, no. I was like, that's what he gets for not being here. But yeah, a little bit of revelations and stuff coming to light. I think the story is kind of
could be a real crazy
the
story.
Or is it?
I'm really excited to I hope this comes out with a hardcover right away.
Oh, I would think it would, right?
Well, I think with Mr. Miracle, they did a trade first, and then they did a hardcover. But
I'll probably get it.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to get
that was the plan,
but I'd want a hardcover for sure.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I want to put one next to my Mr. Miracle. I still wish I had, two issues of Strange Adventures left. It was a 12-parter, unless they change it. But
also, I don't know if at any point that somebody said something to you, but I'm sorry that you couldn't get.
I made a promise to myself that this week I would not go back to Comic Signal, which sucks because they didn't have Source Point Press stuff, and it came in again. But I got 2 variants of Haha number 6 ordered. I ordered 2 copies of my first metal cover. It was a big week anyway. I was like adding stuff in, and it's like, I mean, all the yeah, okay. And it's like, all right, I gotta pump the brakes. So but they might have had one. They don't get a lot of extras of that stuff for some reason, especially when the series gets further on. It's the same with Strange Adventures. They don't have, as soon as I said you don't have it, Andrew was like, oh, we order like they only order B covers for the people who specifically ask.
Yeah.
They don't,
which
they
is
don't
weird. They do, like, I don't know. Like, I mean, I get it with certain number ones. I mean, I even asked him, I was like, oh, I completely forgot the Nice House on the Lake or whatever that new James Tynion DC horror book is called comes out next week. And I was like, can I add that to my pull list? I don't know if you ordered extras. They're like, oh, we ordered a ton of those.
If it's DC, especially if it's big 2 or even big 3 or 4, if it's a number 1, they a lot of times will order a lot. I
was surprised at how many Wonder Girls they still had on the shelf. And it was their number 1 most sold issue of the week last week.
They had a stack by the register, and then they had a stack in the back, and I'm pretty sure they had more in a box in the back. They're going to have those for a long time, but I think that I read that just before we started, and I think that's going to end up being a big deal. So
yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. I think they'll be able to move it. But since you were talking about like how Source Point Press didn't come in, did you read any Source Point books?
I read Damned Cursed Children.
Number 5, the final
Number
issue,
5. Which was phenomenal. It seemed like it was kind of open-ended, but it was also kind of
it's closed and open-ended at the same time.
Yeah. So I kind of hope they can do a little bit more with it. Another few issues would be great. I read a couple of them. I forget. I read Yuki vs. Panda.
Yeah, I also read that.
I did not read Cult of Dracula.
I did read Cult of Dracula too. Cult of Dracula was solid. Or 3. Yep, number 3. Yep. I mean, it's if you like that book, you'll continue to like this issue. And I also read issue 2 of 25th.
Oh, I missed that one.
Yeah, we kind of have it in a weird spot, but.
I also read the Seis Curatus. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't read that one yet. I did not get a chance to get to it.
It was good. We got that one early, so I had checked that out because I was trying to figure out stuff and how to import things, and that one worked. So it was like, okay.
I did not buy that only because I didn't want to make Stoney mad about getting a reptile-based super.
A rip-off. Yeah, rip-off.
Which apparently somebody said it's been along longer, but I don't agree with them.
I thought it was first appearance. Because I almost grabbed it because somebody was saying it was a spec book that...
Oh, I thought that somebody was saying when I mentioned that in our Discord, like, Stoney, they ripped you off. I think somebody said, this is a character that was already established.
If this was a week that I was at, half the books I was at, then I might have grabbed one just to stash away. The cover, it looked cool, but I'll read it in 3 months on Marvel.
Yeah.
I can do one real quick. I don't think you read
I read that book.
Yeah. Did you read it? Okay.
Yep.
I think I liked 2 a lot more than you did, maybe.
Yeah, and I think I liked 1 a lot more than you did. So
I liked 1, but 2, especially the very start of Shadowman. This book is giving me some serious vibes that I haven't felt since like I read through Rot World, Animal Man Swamp Thing, that little crossover in New 52. I don't know what it is about it, but it just gives me that same creepy vibes from it. So I don't know how long it's supposed to go. I've read very little Valiant stuff.
Issues, but I could be wrong. And like the thing with Valiant, I think that gets weird is like they are maybe more similar to a I don't know. Like, where they, instead of doing like, 1 through 5 is just like a season or whatever. So maybe more like AWA does sort of the same thing. Mm-hmm. I could be wrong, but I thought that it said 5 at some point that I was looking at.
Yeah.
And I guess I'll pray.
The very beginning of it just did a little switcheroo thing that it doesn't happen often. It's not necessarily new, but It was like, nice.
Yeah, so I think it's the first solo book, but yeah.
Oh,
I like
okay.
that first part of the book, and the second just kind of, I don't know. I'm not really sure what's going on in it, I guess. But I'll get to a book that I don't think you're reading in Detective Comics, 1036. This is Marika Tamaki, Dan Mora, Jody Belair, and Didika I don't know. I cannot pronounce the letter of his name, but that book is so solid. I think Detective Comics is easily my favorite Batman book right now. It's weird. I've talked to people, and I think Wes is definitely one of them. Ironically, as I'm starting to talk about Detective Comics, I think he does not like Detective Comics as much as Batman. Detective is more like kind of street level. It's been more like kind of slow and methodical, but man, I've been really enjoying it. And they've actually, like, last issue, because they had the two Robin one issue of Robin, and then this one they've had Huntress, but like the Huntress story definitely plays into now the detective story, so they at least intertwine, which is kind of cool. I'm assuming they're doing that because she's not getting her own story, but maybe she is, I don't know. But I like it. It's solid. I think that, in 6 months you should read.
Yeah, I might do Detective if I can't find something to read on DC Universe. I might start with like New 52 Detective, and then just start until and go through it, because it's one that I've never read, and one that it's probably one that I'd like the most. But I haven't decided exactly what I'm gonna binge on there.
They even reference James Tynan's Detective Comics run, which is kind of funny in there. Yeah.
That's funny. Well, I'll do one that I don't think you read, Dune, House of Atreides, right?
No.
It's Brian Herbert, Kevin J. Anderson, Dev Pramanik, and Alex Guimarães, I think. Very dense read for me, at least. There's so many characters and stuff. And I'm not familiar with the world of Dune, but I still really like this book, and I really like the characters coming up. So I'm getting excited for the movie, which I know is based on the graphic novel. This is like a prequel. But it's just such solid panel work and stuff in here too. It's for something that's a book adaptation by the author and stuff. It's surprising to see that it still sets itself out as a little bit different than other stuff. We lost Cole again. So, oh, he's back.
Yeah. Oh, I'm probably gonna second.
No, you're all choppy.
Yeah, I don't.
You're all choppy.
Be back again.
Are you gonna reboot?
No. Maybe.
You drop. All right. Well, looks like Legends of Dark Knight. There you go. Dropped Detective.
That's definitely how I feel about Batman right now. But I won't
not
do
playing
it because
I will. I mentioned to you before the show started that I'm getting very serious. I don't know if Steve's here. I haven't seen a comment in a while, but I'm getting very serious about dropping my physical polls for DC, and maybe getting a few number ones here and there, but just reading it on the app and being able to get more independent titles that I want to get. Or maybe, like, if I dropped all my DC stuff, I could probably afford to just get the Scout box. And then I can just read DC later, and I can get all that cool Scout stuff. Because you get it cheaper than... You have to buy everything, right? But it's a little bit cheaper per issue.
Yeah, because it's $34.
Right.
If you get a discounted version or whatever. But yeah,
right.
I mean, you get like, a few variants in there that are going to be the other ones. You also get a chance to win original art. Sometimes you can even win a metal cover.
Have you gotten anything super cool from them?
Nah, I've gotten a few just like random
variants.
Postcards and other stuff, but yeah. Extra variants. Casual Fling finished. This has been a pretty like great story. The ending is not amazing. I mean, it's Jason Starr is the author, and Dalibor Talajic from Hotel is the artist. The ending, I mean, I don't know. The ending was kind of like a I don't know. Maybe I was expecting too much, but it's a story about a woman that cheats on her husband, and then the guy videotapes it, and they try to like seek revenge. So
that was one that I have not kept up with at all. I didn't read any of it.
The ending didn't like wow me as much as it could have, but that doesn't mean that it was necessarily bad. I guess I don't know. Mm-hmm. You don't always need a splash ending.
Mm-hmm.
Also, welcome.
Hi. Let's see. What else? I feel like I'm flying through them. I don't have my copy of it because my manager at work, who doesn't not like comics, but he doesn't like pull comics and read comics and stuff. He's a big car guy.
I know what you're talking about now.
So I get the issue and then I leave it at work, but he doesn't work Wednesdays. There it is, Chariot number 3 from AWA. So tomorrow, if it's slow, then he'll get a chance to read it, and then I'll bring it home. But and he's liking it enough right now that he thinks that like when it's done, maybe he'll get the trade. He has like a Green Arrow trade, and this issue is pretty cool. I've been kind of like, I'm not a huge car guy, so like Todd and stuff and a few other people are pretty big on it, and I'm like, it's cool. I liked it because it's different. I'm not reading anything else really like it, which is something that I look for a lot. I like a pretty. I gravitate towards horror and space stuff, but I still like to have a pretty good variety. But this issue I really liked, and it seems like it's gearing up for a lot, but I think there's only like 2 more issues.
It is
1 or 2
of 5. Brian
so
Edward Hill, Priscilla Pederites, and Marco Lesko. Mm-hmm. Also AWA upshots. But the story keeps getting better, I think. I mean, it's been pretty solid. I like the first issue. I think the second one kind of dipped for me, and the third one kind of comes back and brings you into action. You figure out a little bit more of what's going on. But
yeah, it's cool. I like that book.
Did you read? I think you picked this up.
Yeah,
Made in Korea.
I read the review copy, and I saw the cover, and I remember you talking about it. And I was like, I'm not gonna get it. And then I was like, maybe I'll get number 1 if the pile is short. And then I got to our shop, and they only had like 4 or 5 of them on the shelf. So I was like, well, I'm gonna grab it. And I got to spend a little bit of time with it. I don't know if reading this while I'm in this Descender binge, because it's kind of like that, but not really.
It's like Descender, but nothing like Descender. Because that was the thing. When you were kind of talking about Chariot, I was going to say there's not a lot of stuff like this. And like, that's not necessarily true, but it's not also untrue. Ideally, I like from what you take from the story is that like, and I mean, okay, sorry, poser. Also, maybe it doesn't. Maybe I just wanted something different than how it ended. Maybe you'll love the ending. I don't know. Let me know. But yeah, I don't know. Like this book, I think is, one of those where it's like I think people can't have children anymore. So they're starting to get what are called proxies, which are like
robot kids. Babies. Yeah, and I don't know. I don't know I don't know anything about it. I heard people talking about it. And then I read the preview, and I was like, I didn't know like what to expect from it, or I don't know if it's supposed to be like a horror book or a slice of life with robot. I have no idea what it's like supposed to be, but I really liked it. I might add it to the poll, or I might trade weight. I haven't quite decided. It'll probably depend on how much I like number 2. I think it's only going to be like 5 issues.
It's only 5 issues.
Yeah. And I really like mini issues or mini series lately. They've been like the most solid stuff for me. So I might just add that, and maybe that'll take the place for Scumbag, because I dropped Scumbag. So.
Yeah, and maybe like to me, even like with like Casual Fling, the only thing that I can say for me usually with minis is that like minis as opposed to like ongoings, like sometimes an ending cannot, maybe put you in a spot where you don't love the book as much because of the ending, I don't know. Whereas like, like if an arc of an issue ends not terrible, like if it is a bad ending, but then that next issue that comes out is like a boom in your face action pack issue again, you're like, oh, well, I already forgot that ending was terrible, but
My problem is that I like mini issue or mini series because it's usually
self-contained,
self-contained, and it has beginning, middle, and end. And then the problem lately is that miniseries do well, and then they don't give you that conclusion because now they want to do season 2 or a second arc because it sold so well. Which it's this mix of I'm glad that there's going to be more, but at the same point, I kind of just wanted this nice little story all wrapped up, like.
Yeah, I mean, like maybe even like a book like Once and Future, for example, might be that perfect example because that was supposed to only be a mini.
Yeah,
I think that all 3 of us on the show are super pumped that it's not a mini, you know?
Yeah, but now I'm to the point right now where I feel like it's dragging on, and I kind of wish that maybe it had ended.
So
I know, but
we'll figure it out.
And it's like, I don't know. I feel like if we had ended like 5 issues ago and they had wrapped it up, maybe it could be better. Or like you said, maybe they go on this hiatus and come back and it's just really, really cool. And speaking of hiatuses,
I know what you're talking about.
No, you don't.
Oh,
yeah. Saving that one for later. Killadelphia 13 from Rodney Barnes, Jason Sean Alexander, Lewis NCT, and Chris Mitten.
Mitten, that's where we live, the Mitten State.
The Mitten State. One of my favorite covers now. That's a good one. I forgot how much I just adored this book and how much I missed it. I don't remember when the last issue came out, but I believe from what I've heard Rodney say in interviews that this is like the final arc through Image. And then he's opening his self-publishing stuff, and future arcs and stuff or spin-offs will be in trade. I don't know if this main arc will remain with Image, but man, it's been so good, and the art is still one of my favorites.
This is a book for me that I think I'm a lot different than you guys. I definitely probably should just trade weight this book. Yeah, I like Killadelphia. It's a really good book, but for me, it's like one of those where I don't have time to like go back and read issues all the time. And this is a lot harder to just pick up a single issue sometimes, like get into it and get out. For me personally,
yeah, no, I agree with that. I like it enough that I'm not a huge vampire guy, but when I like it, this is a vampire thing that I definitely really like. So this is one that I like to go back and reread. So trade would be fine, but I almost want for this, I'm assuming that Image is going to do the plus size hardcovers that like I have for Descender and Paper Girls and stuff like that. So I want to have my singles, and then I'll probably buy the hardcovers for re-binging and stuff like that. Or maybe hopefully it'll be, now that I got the digital iPad, I'm got my eyes out for Humble Bundles. Let me know.
Humble Bundles.
Everybody needs to let me know when Humble Bundles come. Because I used to,
if they include.
Well, not just for Killadelphia, but the comic ones in general. I've always wanted, but I've never had a good reader. So it's like, I'm always like, $25 for all that. That'd be great. But then I don't do it. And now it's like, all right, let me fill this thing up.
Just so that you know, currently there is no comics. They only have normal books.
No, I checked yesterday.
Oh.
Actually, because I was thinking of that. Ooh, did you read? Are you pulling Shadecraft?
I am not pulling Shadecraft.
I'm not either. I read 3.
I read the first issue and I was like, I'm going to buy this first issue because people are freaking out about it, and I'm not going to buy any more issues.
Yes, they make analog iPads. It's called just these. You didn't read 2 or 3?
I did. I read both issues 2 and 3. Yeah, I still, because we get the previews, I'll still read the copies of those books. If I like, it's kind of like with Deep Beyond, it was like, I'll read it until it just drops off. And then eventually one week I didn't read it. Now I'm not reading it anymore. Yeah,
I did the same thing with that one. Shadecraft 3 made me kind of wish that I was pulling it.
Yeah, you had said something.
I think if I was pulling it, I'd still be like, maybe I should drop this. But it was like, it was the first time that I was like, ooh, I might actually kind of like this. And I know it was optioned. So it's like, I'm like, uh-oh, is this going to be something? Because something happens at the end of 3 that it was like, oh, okay. Like,
Yeah, I don't know. It's one of those things where it's like, yeah, we'll see how it goes. We'll see what happens with that.
Could be interesting.
I don't know. Yeah, I feel like maybe it's more of a thing than
Do you feel like it's more like not young adult, but more?
Yeah, it's. I mean, and I think the writer that wrote that also wrote a book called Skyward. That I think was
Skyward,
also young adult. But
yeah, I've heard really good things about that book as well.
Yeah, and I think that I might be with you on this too. That Stillwater might be a book that I start to trade away too. Because I think
dropped that.
It's just one of those books that is like, maybe better read in that format.
Mm-hmm. Which I'm doing the same with last week. The Fantastic Four life story from Mark Russell.
You grabbed the first one and just get in the trade, or what?
I grabbed the first one, but then I saw Mark Russell actually commented on a post on Facebook and was like, "This might sound weird coming from me, but I think this is going to read better in trade." And I've heard writers say that before, and usually when the writer says that, they're right. So
the only thing that gets weird is like, well, because we didn't sell enough copy, we're no longer releasing.
I mean, it's a Marvel book, so they will. But
that's not always true.
No,
I don't think. No, but maybe I don't know. I know, like Marvel and DC occasionally
because they know because the owner or the writers know more where it's going. So there's a lot more than what we know, or what's released. And so many places are just picking up. You can get them so cheap, so they're just buying up titles, and it doesn't mean that they're developing it. It just means that if it were to take off and be really good, then they would have first rights at it. So it doesn't. When something's optioned, it does not guarantee that there's going to be a TV show or a movie. It just means that it's interesting enough for a studio somewhere to throw a little bit of money at it to buy the rights.
And the writer too might have already wrote a script for 10 to 20 issues, right?
Yeah, it could be done.
Issues,
it could be completely done. They might have the whole thing, and they could say this is where it's going, and they'd go, oh.
Well, I'm pretty sure that somebody was saying like Jeff Lemire.
Right, he's right there.
Yeah, didn't.
It's right here above us. He's talking. Todd, say hello.
So first off, if you would have showed up on time, Tyler, you would have heard the story of why, but you weren't. So you don't get that, okay? You can see it on the rewind and leave a comment about how you're upset with me.
Ooh, I did not see this. If you could like tag me on Twitter or send me the link for this, I'd be very interested in reading it, because he actually mentioned in our interview, it was before we started.
Yeah,
I asked him, because I told him, I'm like, hey, I don't want to bring this up during the show in case the answer is no, but is there plans for more witches? And he went on this like 7-minute thing about Witches 2, and it was so amazing. And then I'm like, can you please save this for when we're live? And he's like, oh, we're not live right now. And it was like, no. And then it barely got mentioned in the actual interview. My hat is probably retired. Well, I have one there, but it's hot, so I don't have my hat. It's fair.
Yeah, sorry that I did that to you. This is probably my least favorite issue of Beta Ray Bill, but that's not a bad thing.
I have it as my number 2 book of the week.
Oh,
but it's just because it's such a fun read. Like I love the art. Is it Darren Warren Johnson? Daniel Warren Johnson. Daniel. And Mike Spicer is the colorist. It's just, I don't know if this is, last time I shared pictures, I got yelled at because of what it was, but Cole's frozen, so he can't yell at me. Yeah, I don't know. It's just so much fun. I think Daniel Warren Johnson with this book has solidified, at least for the foreseeable future for me, that if he's writing and doing art on a book, I'm gonna just buy it.
And I think I agree with you on that point.
I'm just gonna buy it. I know people are probably gonna start yelling about
Murder Falcon hobo.
Murder Falcon. I know at any second now, all the comments are gonna Murder Falcon. I haven't read it yet. It's on the list, so I will check it out for sure.
And also, the only book of his that I don't hear people talk about is I think it's called Extremity or something like that. I don't know. I have the first issue. I met him and he signed the first issue.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, he was me too. Hey, I bought this issue. You want to sign it? And he was like, sure, but I'm drawing stuff. Okay, I'll watch it for a little bit.
I'd be like, please do. For now, at least.
Did you... Oh, sorry.
I was gonna say I didn't pull, but I read Blue Flame.
Yep, I added that to my pull list. I thought in my mind, but I didn't actually have it on my pull list, so I left it there. It's really good. I like it. It's kind of it'd be like a street. It kind of reminds me of a street level Justice League type thing.
He's in space and
he's like an Iron Man ripoff loosely, right?
It reminded me of the stuff that when I'm checking out the old Valiant stuff, like Exo Manowar and stuff like that. It reminded me of that style of this. I don't know if it'd be 80s superhero.
It kind of reminds me a little bit of Black Hammer, except for no one actually had superpowers.
Yeah.
But maybe kind of more golden agey. I mean, I know they have that what is it, New Frontier homage cover, and they also had the Green Lantern 47 or 49 where he's got all the rings.
Right. Yeah, it was cool.
But that was Vault Comics.
Yeah, I don't remember off the top of my head who wrote that or anything, but I didn't pull it. They had a few copies left. It's something I might grab later. I'm going to keep up on it. Maybe Vault does trades, don't they?
Yeah, for most of their stuff they do.
Most of their stuff, yeah. That might be a good trade rate.
Cool. I don't know if you pulled this book. I'm getting it obviously probably in the Scout box. But issue 2 of Black Friday came out.
So did you get it? I have issue 1 in my pull box because they pulled it for some reason. And I told them, hold on to it. And if I get issue 2, then I'll buy them. Because that book is weird. The art is unsettling. And I think it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
It's not that I don't like it. It's just, it's a weird style. And then it's just crazy. I'm stuck between I really want this or I definitely don't want this. I don't, which makes me kind of want it.
Which the crazy thing is, the writer is John Clark, the artist is Travis Williamson, but for that the second issue, or maybe this is the first issue. No, the second issue, John Clark is the cover artist.
Okay. Yeah, so I didn't know if it was a Scout. Sometimes those come in a week late. So I didn't know if that was because I didn't have number 2 in my pull box, but I guess we'll see where that one goes. I don't know. It's one where it's Black Caravan, and it's I feel like I want a lot of Black Caravan stuff.
Yeah, it's cool. It's a fun little horror thing. You actually see the bad guys a lot more in this one, or whatever they are. But
the little alien monster.
Yeah.
Evil
possibly
things.
Zombies. Their fingers are all broken.
Working since I work retail, there's part of it that I just love the idea of these people that are working Black Friday and the customers or whatever are these crazy monsters that just rip you to shreds and don't care about you. I don't know if that's supposed to be the underlying message of this book, but if it is, I really, really love it and really connect to it. That's the part of me that really wants it, right?
I still think the coolest thing is that they had a Black Friday sale. Scout did from their web store, 50% off. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
And everyone that made an order got the ash can of Black Friday for free.
Oh, I didn't know they did that. I was so close to ordering. What book is it that we did the interview for? I can see it. That was done in the Middle East.
Oh yeah, Yasmin.
Yasmin, yeah. I was this close. I had them all in my cart, and it was a bad week. But I'm like, half off, man. You can't beat that. I can get all the singles for less than the price of the trade. And apparently I would have gotten that ash can too. But you got to trust the gut. When you're trying to decide whether or not you should buy a comic or not, you should always trust your gut and buy it. Yeah. Because you will regret it later. You will have anti-buyer's remorse.
I think you might have dropped this book, but I'm not entirely sure. I
didn't.
Okay, because this is the final issue.
I didn't drop it because I was too far in. But I have not read past issue 3.
This definitely seems like a book that, I mean, it's Zach Thompson and Andy McDonald, and it is Aftershock. This is a book for me. I think maybe I probably would have done better reading this in trade. I mean, it's solid. It's weird. It's unsettling. All the imagery is very weird. Like, if you like body horror stuff, you'll really like this. It also deals with mushrooms.
I don't think I do like body horror books. I don't. It's not that I don't like Zach Thompson. I don't think I understand. It's just above me. So the next time he has a book that's out and people are freaking out because this new book, just remind me that it's this guy, and then I probably won't pull it. Otherwise, I'll pull it and be like, "Damn it, not this again."
Chaos really likes body mushroom books.
Who wouldn't? 2 Moons. I read
the first issue.
I read the first issue and I wasn't really into it. It's not my thing. It was well done. The art was really cool. But it did not make me want to read number 2.
But apparently everyone else in the chat is very into 2 Moons.
I've heard a lot of people say they like it. Maybe I'll have to go back and read those review copies and check it out. But
seeing as posters here, I'll just show this cover real quick. They fell from the sky.
Books that are out on this week specifically are hard because new books keep coming out on this day, and it's like my stack is already this big. There's very little chance that I'll take a chance on a number 1 for a new series or something. Like when 2 Moons came out, it was I just didn't want to add anything. Something that's almost over. I only grabbed the variant, but I have the A cover in my box to pick up on a different week. Was Haha number 5.
No, in case you care what the regular looks
like. W. Maxwell Prince.
And Nick has already told Bearded Comic Bro, who obviously isn't here because he doesn't like us anymore.
Yeah, which is fair.
That he should already take the meal from this issue. I don't know. This was a really weird issue.
I think we should do it since he said he dropped it. And
I'll dress up as a clown. I'll do it. Don't even.
I'll put on clown makeup and make a casserole.
Yeah.
You still got your casserole dish from?
No, I do. This time my wife's like, "What are you doing?" I'm having the guys over. We're gonna make If I told her that we were making a cauliflower casserole, she'd just look at me like, "You don't even fucking like cauliflower." Like it's what
I still think we should make it. But... I think we should make it and then take a bite and be like, "Nope," and then just dump it. Just be like, "Oh, that's terrible." I agree, though. You said that are you not sure how you feel about this, or you?
Yeah, like
it's a weird one.
I didn't love it when I read it, but it's so.
I love the old lady.
Yeah, I know Todd has kind of said this a few times, but I thought about this issue probably more than any other issue on my list, and I rated it not that great, but I kept going back to
it. Is 11.
Thinking about it. Yeah, I mean, I had it as 16th of 25.
I liked it. I think I'm so conditioned from W. Maxwell Prince from Ice Cream Man that when a book ends and it's not awful and doesn't make me want to kill myself, I for some reason I'm disappointed by it. And this one's the first one. This one's kind of happy, kind of happy.
Most of Haha is not had besides that one where the people died or whatever.
The one where he's at the alcoholics in the bubble or whatever.
Well, even that one,
even that one's not too bad. Yeah, but oh man, this one I love that cranky, crotchety old lady who's just, and she's got the clown makeup on. This lady, she's I like her a lot. She's terrible. Reddit Sam. Blue Flame. We just talked about Blue Flame.
I also read Spawn issue 318.
I read there's another one that I missed.
I don't know why I read Spawn, but I still continuously read Spawn.
I thought about picking it up. I might just do the compendium though. I might compendium wait. Because I heard Compendium 2 is coming soon. And they might be doing a Rapid Fire 2 and 3. I don't think I do. I tried to read it before.
Yeah, I know.
We talked to Damn Cursed Children number 5, which was way up on my list. I loved. There's one page specifically that I screenshotted and sent to Howard Wong and was like, and I was just like, I fucking love this, man. This is like, I can see it in my mind if I close my eyes, just like this in live action of these kids driving this big rig down the street, smashing into things. It was fantastic. I read Redshift number 1, which was another Scout book.
Yeah, that book was really solid. I actually read it twice. The first time I kind of got lost in the time jumps.
Yeah.
And then the second time I read it, I was like, all of this makes so much more sense to me now.
Okay. Maybe that's what I need to do. It was supposed to
come out last week. So I read it last week. And then I was kind of like, huh. And then it was like, it had been so long. Well, I mean, it had been a week. But I was like, maybe I'll give it another try and we'll see where it goes. Oh, yeah. And I completely forgot. This last issue was just kind of like, and now we're going to the Spawn universe. Yeah.
You're not picking that up, though.
Hello. I thought about it. I had it on my Gmart list just because they're all still $2.99. And then
the universe was, at least the first one was more.
Oh yeah, the first issue was, but
because I think it's a Sick Boy.
I think, yeah. Oh, interesting. That's right. I mean, it's really
it was
weird
supposed to.
Yeah, I know it was supposed to come out last week, but like at this point, I just assume that the this week comic release blurb that Scout does is when things actually come out.
Yeah. I only have one more book.
Yeah, you are. Thanks, Daddy. Oh, I have 2 more books, so I guess I'll pick the one that you're not going to talk about that you probably also read. Department of Truth, number 9.
I did read that one. I missed that one on my list.
And Martin Simmons. I don't know. This is a book that I know, like Travis had said, he thinks this is the best book on the shelf. And this is also a book that I think that I might just start trade waiting. I really like it, but I think like the overlining, like this does a freak of the week kind of thing, but the freak is a conspiracy instead of a bad guy. And sometimes I know a lot of people love this, and I don't think this is a bad book. It's well written, everything about it's good. But that, and then going between the storyline of the main detective and all the other detectives that
jumps around
working, it gets hard to sometimes follow the story. And
I agree.
I think maybe just with consuming as many issues as we consume, this is not best in this format.
It does. I'm really excited for next month is Bigfoot.
And
I'm excited for that.
1, I'm pretty sure, which is the first one that's 2 issues.
Oh, is it?
I thought that Image put out a press release saying that it was, but I could be wrong.
Make sure I've got all
it is issue 11 and 12 will track Bigfoot.
10 and 11?
Yeah, I said 11 and 10. I don't know why I did it backwards.
Oh,
but yeah.
I thought you said 11 and 12. But yeah, that's cool that it's two together. I'm down for that. I like it. It's weird and creepy, but this issue I like because it's the ones where it's Cole and the star face guy and like that storyline I really like. When it starts going off into this other stuff, that's maybe it'll all wrap together and come together and that'll be good. But for right now, that's the stuff I like. And my last one that I have, coming back since October. I think it was October.
Yep.
We haven't had any new Ascender. We got Tim on the cover. which he was on the cover for the last one as well, sitting on this cool throne. And I had to re-binge from Descender, so it was 32 issues and then the 15 to catch up. To catch 15, up,
wasn't it?
This was 15, so it goes quick. And I honestly, I was talking to Trevor. He has a kind of interesting idea, because I keep forgetting that this is the first issue for the final arc. Like this is planned to be it. Jeff Lemire and Dustin Nguyen. So it's and he all of a sudden he was like, oh, I have a kind of fan theory that I think this is happening. And I'm like, oh, I haven't even considered fan theory, like where, like what it all means or what's going on. And I'm like, I haven't even started on that yet. And his idea was interesting. If that's it, then I don't think I'd be disappointed, but can
we?
Yeah, I don't know.
After
I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I like Ascender, I think, better than Descender, just because I think I like the coloring more of it. It's a little bit brighter and it's a little bit more whites as opposed to like darker shades, I guess. But
I agree on the art, but I get more feels from the writing and stuff on the Descender.
There was that one splash page that did it for me. It was like issue 6 or 7. There was just a giant turtle. And I think I sent that turtle to you, and I was like, this is my favorite thing that has happened in all these books. Because that was it. I actually started pulling Ascender and had not even read Descender. And then when we started this, you and Todd made me read Descender, was one of the first things that I did.
Oh, really?
And then quarantine happened.
Yeah. Let's see. I can find it real fast because when
you took a screenshot of it?
Read it. I screenshot it. Yeah.
Yeah. That's and
I thought I did. Maybe I didn't. Okay, so I didn't take a screenshot, but I definitely went to full page mode and just kind of sat there and stared at it for a while. Nope, I did not.
Because that was one thing that was super lucky for me, because I think I read all of Descender, and then I got to read like 7 issues of Ascender. Yeah.
So you read Ascender first?
No.
You said,
I told it, and I never read it. I was like, I'll eventually read Descender, but this is Jeff Lemire, so I should probably just buy these so I don't have to not buy them later.
Yeah. That's probably... Oh, that page is good, too.
Yeah, this one kind of, I kind of wish I would have had some time to go back and check out this one, because I feel like this issue was kind of weird.
It's been so long, and it is getting weird. It's like, oh, that's not
like if they
that's not what I
in
thought.
This area that they were in.
Yeah, I think they all are. Oh no, that's not the. Come on, I should be able to find this so much faster than I am.
Your best.
Oh, here it is.
Yeah, the turtle.
There it is.
Turtle.
Flying turtles.
Yeah, I agree with you, Steve.
I like the mix of the magic and the tech and the what came first, and I don't know. There's some great stuff. I just love this book. It's one that, like, honestly, like if right now I was like, I'm gonna read Descender again, even though I just binged it last week, I could still do it and not be bored. I would still, as soon as I started, just like Paper Girls, like I can't start. Sometimes I'll be like, I'll just read issue 1, and then I read issue 1, and it's like, damn it, and then I have to read the whole series again. So Ascender, if you're not on it, then yeah, you should go.
Definitely not a good starting spot.
No, it's about to be over. But the good news is you can find plenty of trades and Hoopla and check out. I would highly recommend reading Descender first. I still can't believe that when Ascender started, they were all like, "This is a good jumping on point," and I just can't imagine this. Knowing everything that's gone down now, it's like I think that was to sell books.
Sorry that I hurt your feelings. Only one of us said that they were trade, and I don't know. I don't eat my trades though.
Not me. I'm not doing either of those things. I'm not trade weighting Killadelphia until Killadelphia is only coming out in trades, which I believe is the side stories or spin-offs. I couldn't think of what it was called. So that was all the books I read this week. I don't know if you had any other ones. I mean, I read lots of other stuff today. I've been reading a lot of Daredevil still. I started reading Booster Gold. I think it's New 52, the 2007 run. So I'm checking that out. I started reading Damage, which came from
Damage DC. Pretty all right.
Yeah, a lot of people seem to like that. So I was like,
it's pretty much a weird like Hulk ripoff. If Hulk could only be on a timer. It's
like an hour, and then he can't turn back into it for a day or something like that.
Yeah, so it's loosely erratic mixed with Hulk, but it came before erratic.
I still need to check out erratic. What else? Yeah. There was some stuff this week. What did we not read? There's got to be something.
These are the things that I still have to read.
The only thing I have to read from this week is the other history of the DC universe.
I thought you were going to read that. I did not read Mr. Miracle.
I have Mr. Miracle in my pull box, but I didn't bring it home. I didn't read
Nuclear Family yet because I would have probably read it, but I knew it was the final issue of I Breathed a Body, so I made sure I read that one first. I did not read Witch Blood yet. I did not read
I haven't read any
Robin.
Oh, Robin came out?
Robin 2, yeah. I did not read Harley Quinn number 3, which has been solid too, but I just I heard a lot of people talking about Strange Adventure. I got Shadow Doctor number 4. I don't have issue 3 yet because they're still getting it, and I have not read any of it yet. But everyone has been talking about that being fantastic, and I also have the other history.
I didn't pick up, but it's in my pull box, Destiny New York number 3. I did finally read. Todd's not here because he was the one that like grabbed it off the shelf and forced me to buy it at gunpoint. And I did finally read number 1, and I'm not like super into it, but I'm into it enough that I backed the Kickstarter for a spin-off series.
I might drop it in my pull list, but
no, I think I'm gonna still pull it. It's just not any. It's another one of the ones, like I said, that I'm like, man, I don't know if I wasn't pulling any books, if I would be like, ooh, I want this one. Like, it's not the first thing I'd grab off the shelf, but it's wildly different than anything else that I'm pulling. It's very like relationship based. It's a lot of dialogue and stuff. But I know it's a big long run too. I think there's like 40 issues that they're going to be putting out. Booster Gold was pre-New 52 and Flashpoint. Okay. I don't know exactly where I am, but it's cool. Robin is not a mini series.
It does not have the.
I think it's ongoing.
It does not have of whatever on it, so I assume no. But that could not be right necessarily. Did Michigan lose a bet and have to shave their heads because of that? So actually, Michigan decided that we have to go back in the office. So I got a haircut. And so Nick just shaves his head whenever.
I just take the buzzers and just trim it all down. Mine, so in the wintertime and the fall when it's cold, I don't care, and I just let my hair do whatever. But about this time, it's funny because on like Facebook memories today, there was a picture of me that like I'd shaved my head or whatever. And it's like, it's always late May is finally when you start hitting, like there's that day when it hits 80, 85 degrees. And I'm just like, nope, and it just goes. So it'll be this for a while. Sorry.
And that's the thing with me too. Now that I've started biking so much, like that first bike ride I went on with my hair,
it's all just like, wet.
This is so much nicer.
Oh, it is.
Well, it's just because you get that stuff, and you get like, I'll occasionally have it where one hair will get in my eye, but like I can't get it out of my eye, and I'm just like, what's going on? Oh, thank you, Wes. But yeah, I guess, if you guys think we missed something, leave a comment down below. Let us know what your favorite book of the week is.
Milestone Returns. I didn't grab that. Didn't read Money Shot.
Yeah, Money Shot's too deep in.
Savage Dragon.
That came out this week? I don't think Savage Dragon came out this week.
It says Savage Dragon 260 on...
League of
Spectre
Comic
and Spectre's Todd on League of Comic Geeks, yeah.
No, what? Oh, I guess it did. No, that's next week.
Says 26.
League of Comic Geeks is telling me that 256. Is that what you said?
260. Hold on.
I don't know what you're looking at, but I think it comes out next week.
260. Says May 26 on it.
I don't know. Did anyone else get Savage Dragon? I forgot to read that issue. I don't know. Was it issue 8 or issue? If it was issue 8, then I should be caught up. If it was issue 9, I'm not caught up.
I don't know. There's some new stuff coming out too that I'm pretty excited about that I've been adding to my my pull list. I have Phantom Star Killer second printing is on its way. I should have it like Friday. And I got Knuckle Duster added to my pull. And there was something else that We Don't Kill Spiders I got added to my pull.
So pretty much everything Joseph Schmelke is writing.
Yeah, I'm going on a kick for that. Or doing the art on. Not everything. There was something else. The heavy metal one. Brutal or it's the one that you talked about.
That Rich wrote.
That bastard.
God of Brutality.
God of Brutality. Yeah, that one I'm not gonna get. The art looks fantastic, and I'm sure it is, but it's not something that interests me for that one. So that's about it. That's all I see on there. So I think we read all of the comic books that was worth reading.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, there's probably something that we didn't that people disagree with, but I'm Cole.
I'm Nick.
This Week in Comics.
Yeah.